Hey there, and thank you for hopping on. This is something a little new for me as I'm crossing my fingers going live on LinkedIn. I'm back. I think I've had a hybrid type of a leave. My team and I have been working, and we are at the end of 2025. Can you believe it? This is a time where your high performing CEOs are not distracted by the holiday season and they are gearing up, they're getting in contact, if not already, to get the end of year financials. Setting the tone for 2026 does not begin for most business owners in the following year. We're talking about getting the estimated taxes done, looking at previous year's performance, and hopefully um, really becoming more visionaries as the new year embarks upon us. Next week is the holiday. And I would say if you are in touch with your accountant, CPA, tax advisor, get a hold of them now. Hopefully, they won't kill me for that advice. But right now, we are gearing up, studying, getting certified, making sure that our softwares are updated. We are in pre-launch mode. So if you can get with us before the height of the season, you'll be appreciated. And I wanted to come on and dip my foot back into the social media world as I am no longer on a hybrid leave. I did take the last year off to heal my ankle. I celebrate 1 year from my surgery, and I'm actually feeling somewhat normal. Walking is the best as I can, but just feeling good and ready to rock and roll. And been really studying this tax law. The big beautiful bill came out. There were some really neat things that or happened inside of it on the business side of things. It's quite controversial in other areas, but if you are a business owner and if you are on the level of thinking of expansion, this is the bill that is for you. I do have a class coming up that I will announce later on this week. I want to say it's the last Tuesday of the month. Yes, and I believe my team did update the crackthetaxcode.com, and you can register now. Again, I'll put it in the notes, and then there's an ebook that we're giving to all of our business owners just to make sure that if there are any tax advantages that you can benefit from the big beautiful bill, that you uh, make sure that you're positioned accordingly, because it's exciting. It's exciting because business owners are not no longer looking at their businesses as revenue generators. They are truly in the state of flipping their businesses into assets, looking at ways that they can get into the market. It's not doing so well, from what I understand. Interest rates are being cut, and for the most part, the headlines would have you think that this is like the worst time ever. Us Gen Xers, I'm a zillennial, I'm on the cusp. Older millennials know that if you survive 2008, and if you take a look at clients' portfolios that were taking advantage of that market correction, that there was ample opportunity to take advantage of it now. In the previous 2 years, I am the owner, by the way, of DNA Financial Solutions. We had this mission of becoming more wealth deliberate. And so now we're still continuing on that path. And now I believe I've deemed that this next year is about wealth engineering, where you're actually not just learning about wealth, not just having intentional beliefs and education, you're actually going to execute in the next upcoming years. My prediction: this is going to be one of the last times, if you will, to get into the market at such a reasonable rate. I do not know what it's going to look like 10 years from now. And I know 10 years from now, I'll probably be into my 60s, 10 or so, when the next market correction comes. So for us, millennials, older ones, zillennials, Gen Xers, it's a perfect time to really start talking about all of the opportunities that we can do to position ourselves for retirement, for lives that we can create. So I want to get on more often and do these lives and offer master classes like I used to. And it feels really good to be doing that because there's so much I've been able to learn. Because when you're held hostage by your ankle, what better way to do and spend your time than to study tax code? Because that's the type of life I have. So I did want to get on today to talk about the topic of what we're not going to do in 2026. And that is take tax advice CEOs from TikTok. I can't tell you how many DMs I get on IG or random emails or just in conversation and consults with CEOs as they uncover all of these sound bites. I guess they call them clickbaits now, but sound bite advice just to get you to tune in. Nothing wrong with listening to it, but it's the implementation and the DIY that could actually end up costing you. And I'm just going to go over a couple of the few things. I'm so Midwest, and I don't live in the Midwest anymore. I was born, but a couple of the few things. How about that? A few things that that I have found that you have to be very careful about. The first one off of the rip is put your kids on payroll. Be very careful about that. I have seen where my client was not just a client, several clients who will pay their children directly from their business account to their children's account, not understanding that payroll is a implementation that requires a W-2. And so what happens is their kids get taxed. And if we catch it, we can correct it. But at the end of the year, usually you find out all of these things that occur. Another thing that I have even seen business owners do is kind of think that they can fund their business from their retirement account without tax implications, and they don't go through the tax planning process. In the event that you have cashed out your 401k to front your business expenses, or you cash it out in general, just in general, now is the time to get with your tax advisor, CPA, enrolled agent, whatever their title is, and to actually do the calculation so you won't have a surprise. It, and that is it. It's like just making sure that you're communicating with your tax advisor. Another one that I see, if you are planning to work with your financial advisor and you sell any of your stocks before the end of the month, give that information over as soon as you can to your tax advisor. Or if that has happened during the year, tax planning should have began kind of like Q3. I like to do that October, making sure we get a hold of stuff, but it's not too late. One of the things is pay yourself a salary. That's another thing that I see that has to go through an actual payroll department. Speaking of payroll department, I just reposted Kaylee Stevens is our ADP partner, and she just got promoted, but she has been doing wonders for my clients by actually putting them on payroll. And then during our tax advisement sessions where we do our planning, we reevaluate their actual salary. So putting yourself on payroll does not mean paying yourself by transferring your money from your business to yourself. That is the biggest mistake that I've seen. And then I've seen it done in situations where the structure of the business isn't put together, causing them not to do away with the self-employment tax, which would be the whole reason why you want to pay yourself. So they do half of it right conceptually, but the implementation, some CEOs, some business owners miss the mark and they miss out on taxes. So I don't want to go over and extend myself with every single thing that I see that can be corrected. I just want to give you some clues as to why you need to not listen to TikTok in 2026. And in the event that you do have an inkling to implement it, run it by the person who's doing your taxes. The one thing that we will do in 2026 is we will implement conversations with your tax advisor. I do know that the more sophisticated and knowledgeable that they are, a lot of them have consulting fees. You have to dig in your pockets and invest in this. Just think about your business as an asset instead of just a revenue generator. Even if you're operating at a loss, keep in mind with all the ever changing tax laws, that's causing your tax advisor to have to do more research, get certified in different things, take more classes to make sure that you get the benefits of leveraging the tax code in your favor. So, with that being said, I just wanted to hop on. I'm giving this a try. I love doing lives. If there's any topics that you would like for me to cover, let me know. I know that a lot of people do pre-records. I can't stand pre-records because that means I have to edit them. And I much rather just give you the skinny right up in front. But if you do have questions, let me know. What you can expect from DNA Financial Solution, me, Adrienne Trice, more lives. And then I do have a couple of ebooks that I want to drop. And there's something neat that's going on in the industry that this year with the legacy businesses. I call them legacy businesses, but a few of my clients have group homes that really deal with elderly care. Those are trending that need more accounting support to turn their business and act to assets. Crematories are somewhat exciting to me. I have a couple of clients that I went on tours to crematories. It was such a neat experience, and I was able to stomach it. The funeral home industry is interesting. Why? Because there's a transition that family owned and operated businesses need that care because again, their families are um, they're getting out of the business, they're aging out. And then we'll also find that CPAs are aging out, and we don't have enough American professionals that are willing to come in and do this work that doesn't seem exciting. But if you are passionate about learning, it is a very exciting business. And it's also one of those things that if you know it, it's something that you can pass on to your network and be of great value. So, with that being said, be on the lookout. Tomorrow, I'm going to be back on again. I'm loving this already. And then I also want to be able to drop some of my ebooks that can bring you value, your checklist for the year. I'm polishing that up. I'm cross referencing it with the big, beautiful bill. Loving life right now, walking better. But that's it. That's all I have for you. So I'll be back. So just keep in mind, partner with your tax advisor. And then, if anything, enjoy this holiday season as Christmas and Capricorn season embarks upon us. So have a blessed afternoon, and then I will be back on tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in.